Meanwhile, Hundley found a container in the trash and made his friend a little house full of dirt and sticks. But it wasn't easy. Hundley had been covered in trash exactly once in his life. Today, things had to be going better for George. Hundley Jr. was a fast eater. Good thing George got some leaves from the tree. But Hundley Jr. didn't like the tree leaves. He only liked the leaves from the flowers. Hundley understood. He only liked one kind of dog food. He and Hundley Jr. were exactly alike. And then something strange happened. Hundley Jr. dangled down off a stick and stopped moving. Maybe Hundley Jr. needed more food. Hundley had to get more leaves from the flowers fast. When Hundley got to the lobby, he couldn't believe his eyes. Nothing was wrong. George couldn't believe his eyes either. Hundley was dirty and smelled like trash. Hundley needed that food, but George didn't want a dirty dog in his clean lobby. It was Hundley versus Monkey Hundley. Who would win?
Oh, my flowers.
Ms. Klopotznick, that's who.
Aren't they? Oh dear, there's milkweed in this bouquet. I'm allergic to milkweed.
Well, at least the lobby smelled better now. When Hundley got back, Hundley Jr. was in a tiny sleeping bag. Where did he get that? Hundley would just wait until his friend woke up. He was sure it wouldn't be long.
Okay, there's trash all over the floor. George is in the lobby, and you're watching a stick? I'm taking your temperature, Hundley.
Days and days went by. But Hundley Jr. stayed wrapped up in the hard little bag. Hundley tried to get Hundley Jr. to come out and play. Nope. Hundley tried to get Hundley Jr. to come out and sing. Nope. Meanwhile, George kept watching the lobby in the mornings while the doorman was at his class. He did a good job. Most of the time. 2 weeks later, the doorman was back to work in the morning.
Bye, George.
But Hundley Jr. was still sleeping. George knew how to wake him up. It looked like their friend would sleep forever. But then the sleeping bag opened. And out came a butterfly? Where did Hundley Jr. go? It was empty. But that must mean the butterfly was Hundley Jr. No wonder he'd been so sleepy. It took a lot of work to grow wings. Their little friend had grown up. Puppies turned into dogs, baby monkeys turned into bigger monkeys, and caterpillars turned into butterflies. Hundley was happy his friend was awake. But he was a little sad, too, because Hundley Jr. didn't want to live inside anymore. It was a beautiful day. A perfect day for flying. They'd missed their friend, but he was ready to leave and go see the world. Thanks to them.